In this video, I'm going to show you how to sort data in a Google Spreadsheet. The form I'm using is the baseline data sheet template that you'll find in Google Docs. This is to be used to record student data to help figure out your SLOs. For many people, they've already filled out this information. They've started recording their student names along with pre-assessment scores. Many people are going to be banding that information to figure out goals and areas for your students to improve in during the course of the year. I'm going to help you figure out how to do that without needing to kind of sort through this information manually or retyping anything. To begin with, what we have to do is we have to sort this data. Now, in spreadsheets, we've always clicked the top of the column, and there's usually a little triangle or some sort of button you can click on, and it says you can sort them from A to Z, or ascending, or from Z to A, which is descending, going from large to small, or this one is from small to large. Now, what this does is it sorts the whole column. Now, if I look at this spreadsheet, I don't want this top information sorted. I just want the data down here in the lower half of the screen. So what I need to do is I need to highlight all the data I would like to have sorted. Now, I don't just want the scores here sorted. I want to make sure I have the names that go with the scores and that they stay together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the topmost name, and I'm going to click and highlight all the names and scores for all the people I have inputted into my spreadsheet. When I have all of those things highlighted, what I can then do is I can then right click on any part of this shaded area, and then I can click the sort range function that pops up on the little menu. When I click that, it gives me a window, and it asks me, do I want to sort from large to small, or from small to large, or from large to small. I'm going to keep it at small to large. Now, the next step is important. I need to choose which column it's going to sort the information by. Now, all three columns that I highlighted are going to stay together, so the names are going to stay linked up with the scores next to it. But I need to choose and tell the computer how to organize it. I do not want to organize it by name or by the first name column, which I have numbers in. I want to sort it by column F, which is my pre-assessment scores. So what I have to do is on this little drop down, I'm going to choose column F. When I'm done with that, I'm going to click Sort, and you'll see the scores will shuffle themselves. You'll notice all the numbers that I had for student names are all now jumbled, but you'll notice the scores for the pre-assessment are now in order and they are ascending. Now, this should make my job a lot easier if I've already inputted all this information and I'm now trying to sort them out. Now, when you are creating your bands of student scores to kind of figure out what your goals are, one of the tricks you can do is to highlight that area and then surround it with a border so you can kind of tell your bands apart. So I'm going to start and randomly say a band is going to go from this score up to 40. Now, I want to highlight all these columns because I want to have this sectioned off, and as I fill this in, I want them linked into this group. And now I'm going to go to the top, and there's this little window that says Borders. It almost looks like a window pane. If I click on that, it gives me a number of choices. I'm going to click on the one that looks like just an outer border. It looks like a square that goes around. When I click on that, it's going to apply that to my area, and you'll see that I now have this section is now banded and put together. What I can then do is continue on, highlighting my different groups and whatever values I choose, and using that same feature to band it. And as I go, you can see that's how it's going to work. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, and I can come by and personally help you out.